Good morning to those who are present in the board chambers today. My name is Norman with the Board of Public Works. If you would like to speak on any of the
I'm
items
trying not to present.
or speak towards public comment, please submit your speaker card to me now, please. And to those joining us on the Zoom platform, if you are here to speak towards any of the items or make public comment, please identify yourself. And we will be starting the meeting shortly.
We're about to get started. Can you please turn off the music? Thank you.
And again, for those that are attending through the Zoom
Can you
platform,
please turn off the music? This is a
if you
first
would
and
like to
only
make
warning.
public comment, please press star 6 to unmute yourself and star 9 to raise your hand.
Time the meeting start now, sir?
Ready? Good morning, everyone. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Good morning, President Garcia. You're now in record mode.
Thank you very much. I thought you had given me the nod already, Norman. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the regular scheduled meeting for the Board of Public Works for Friday, September 29th, 2023. Norman?
Good morning, President Garcia. Norman Tanada, Senior Analyst with the Board of Public Works. Now taking role in establishing quorum. We do have President Garcia, President Villegas, Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Corsan, Commissioner Reyes are all present. We do have a quorum. We're also joined by Attorney Representative Adina Hoppenstan. And once again, my name is Norman with the Board of Public Works. President Garcia, we do have one speaker card under public comment, no neighborhood council commentary, and no other speakers for any of the other items.
Very well. Thank you for that, Norman. Given that we do have public comment, I'm going to take public comment now. This is person with the letter starts A. First letter A.
Attendee with first letter A, you are now able.
Do you mean ADN or what? Like I filled a card out that says a dirty nigger, ADN.
A is it's now, or we're going to pass it? Please do not interrupt the meeting. You are here to put it to speak.
Fucking bitch is ordering us what to do. 42 USC 1983. Good morning, fucking bitches. Yeah, the fucking tyrant up there wants me to speak on issues pertaining to 54953.3. Fuck her, fuck you, and fuck anyone who disgraces the Ralph M. Brown Act created by a serious Assembly Senator man from California, Mr. Modesto. And I want to point out that that fat cunt bitch needs to understand that we all engage in no subjection by some fat four-eye stupid monster oink oink pig. That's the reason why Little Boozy says, I ain't the little bitch with the badge. I'm not the little bitch with the badge. I don't care what you think of me, cause the color of my skin ain't gonna free me when you fuck with me and use the police as your authority. So what does NWA say? Fuck the police. Fuck the DA. Fuck the people who fuck with us in our free speech. Because the bottom line is America is doomed all because of greed, selfishness, and your stupid loyalty to be an enterprise of corruption. Where are our fucking sidewalk and streets, you morons? Where? Follow the ADA compliance. The public do not want you to do what you're trying to do. Jordan sat in on the budget regarding these fucked up rules, your fucked up sidewalk, by that fucked up moron idiot, Mr. Port, for the record. 42 USC 1983 politely, fuck you!
Your time's up. 2 minutes is up. And President Garcia, before we proceed, I wanted to make a correction. I did receive additional speaker cards. One card per item, 1 through 7.
Okay, no problem. We'll take it as we go.
There's my testimony for the record. The lady, sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Given that that's the only public comments now officially closed, Moving on to the first item of today's business, which is the approval of the minutes of Wednesday, September 13, 2023. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item?
Second.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Norman, there is a first by me and a second by VP Villegas to approve the minutes of Wednesday, September 13th, 2023.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and tabulate the vote, beginning with you, President Garcia,
Aye.
Vice President Villegas,
Aye.
Commissioner Corzine,
Aye.
Commissioner Davis,
Aye.
and Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
This item moves forthwith.
Thank you very much, Norman. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to those visitors. That's part of public comments, so my apologies for anybody that is not part of what we like to do here, but unfortunately, that's what we have to do. So I just want to say thank you, every visitor that's here today. We are very excited to continue today and do a very special presentation. This is the Outstanding Industrial User Awards recognition presented by the Bureau of Sanitation 2023. And Mr. Michael Simpson, before I bring you up, I see here that we also have this agenda item number 1. So it's almost like a mix, right? A presentation and agenda item number 1? Okay. We'll do the presentation and then we'll do the agenda towards the end, if that's okay with you. Okay, got it. So given that said, colleagues, please join us today as we provide the return of these very important recognitions. And Mr. Michael Simpson is here to lead us on today's presentation and explain to us how we are now finally coming back to recognizing these great and very prestigious awards back to us here.
Good morning, and thank you, President Garcia and Commissioner Reyes, and the rest of the board members. We are happy to be here this morning, and we're pleased to present the 2023 Outstanding Industrial User Awards. We manage almost 17,000 businesses in the city of Los Angeles, and these are some of our outstanding actors in our program who really help us out to get that clean water that we need in Hyperion. These awards are highlighting businesses that are doing the necessary work to prevent industrial waste and pollution. These companies have been in compliance with their sewer use permit for the last 4 years. I know we have an ambitious program in LA San for 2035 to go 100% recycling. Guess what? We're not going to get there without we have good actors like this who pre-treat their water before it hits our sewer system so we can further treat it at the plant. That's the way the 3 work. Give them a hand. So we're going to get that water that we need to recycle 100% 2035. We have to do it upstream. We have to engage our businesses to clean the water before we see it. These businesses request several different types of industry, and they represent several different types of industry. They're a vital part of the business community here in Los Angeles. They're an example that they're willing to do the extra work, go far beyond what we ask in their permit, and being a successful business in the city of Los Angeles. I am pleased to commend the work they have done for the city of Los Angeles. I want to thank them. They make my job much easier to put in notifications of violations. I'm putting notifications of you doing a good work. Some of our industry is like the leaders in the whole nation. Our metal finisher industries, we get the contracts from our aerospace company is still a big industry here in the city of Los Angeles. So today we'd like to congratulate these fine business owners with a certificate and a plaque. Thank you.
Mr. Luis Durity?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
President, good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be here today. We in Industrial Waste Management, we are honored to recognize the people that are doing an outstanding job protecting the environment and the city as a whole. To make the story short, in 1986, we instituted this award. It was given not as often as we want, but right now we are trying to rekindle this award, and we have divided in 3 different types of awards. First is for the industries that for the last 4 years they didn't have any issue with compliance, any late payments, or any other issues related to compliance with the city requirements. Then we have a second award for the green chemistry. There are companies whose efforts have been in developing processes that won't harm the environment. At least will mitigate the current situation, will replace chemicals, replace processes to do an outstanding job protecting the environment for the future. And the third award is the collaboration. We recognize a company that has been very collaborative with the city, being a partner really with our efforts. In industrial waste management, thanks to the leadership of Michael Simpson, we developed the Green Chemistry Program, where we try to help the industry to use harmless chemicals instead of the old 1950s chemicals that may produce a lot of pollution and harm our plants. Also, we developed the champion programs where inspectors and engineers, they develop an expertise in a subject, for example, in textile industries. And they work with the industry to provide help and also to, for example, try to improve the circular economy. Yesterday, in our division, we have a presentation where a company came and showed us a way to sort different clothes according to their fabric. So that will be good later for recycling and reuse. Also, we are trying to impulse, it's still new, but we try to improve, to impulse the people to use what we call biomimicry, sorry, where the industry try to mimic the nature in their process. This is hard. We are starting the process, but at least we want to help the industry to have that on mind when they are developing their processes. With that, I will proceed to introduce the people who are the awardees. For the first category, the compliance history, we have Burbank Plating Services. We have Cal. Please come here. Good morning. Have a plaque. Thank you. And the certificate. Thank you. Sir.
Norman,
You want to take a picture?
which one's the one that?
Now, these are small businesses.
Good morning, everybody. Bourbon Plating, it's a family-owned company. It's in business for 58 years, started in 1965, and I've been with the company for 38 years. And I'm really proud to be here today and receive this one. We work really hard to make this happen. Thank you very much.
The next company will be California Metal Processing. Kyle Anderson.
Is somebody here from Council District 8? Come on up.
Yes.
This is Council District 8.
There's an additional word for them too as well. If you turn around. Wow.
So my name is James Ingram. I'm a field deputy for Council President Pro Tem Marquise Harris Dawson, and the certificate reads: the City of Los Angeles and Council District 8 join in acknowledging the California Metal Processing Company for their exceptional compliance with industrial waste pre-treatment standards. Congratulations on your recognition as a significant industrial user. The City of Los Angeles and Council District 8 are grateful for your contribution to reducing the harm and risk of exposure through chemical treatment, planting, and non-destructive testing of parts.
Wow.
Thank you very much. My father's been running this company for decades now, and with the help of everyone from the city that helped advise him on how to properly treat chemicals, he couldn't do it without you guys. You guys gave him great advice, and he's stuck to that ever since then. And that's how we proceeded from, now that I'm taking on the company, it's how we're proceeding too, taking on the same habits, of good habits of keeping the environment clean and safe. And it's, to this day, we're following the same recommendations that was made by the city when he started. So thank you.
don't know if we have a representative here, Luis, or anyone. I think he called saying that he cannot be present, but we're gonna keep this and give it to him. I'm gonna read the plaque that I didn't read. It says, in recognition of demonstrated outstanding compliance and industrial wastewater pretreatment discharge standards and green sustainable practices to the company from the Board of Public Works as a mark of appreciation for proven commitment to and consensus efforts in pollution prevention and protection of the environment, September 29, 2023. And the certificate is very similar. It's a certificate of recognition for 2023 Compliance History Award. The Board of Public Works honors the company for the period of consideration 1/1/2018, 12/31/2022. This award is part of the 2023 Outstanding Industrial User Recognition Program, recognizes the company with no discharge violation and no violations and no payments delinquencies within the past 4 years, and the signatures of the board. Pacific Plating. Please. You're Harry? Yes. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Do they want to say?
You can say
Thank you very much for the recognition. We are in Sun Valley. We have been operating our business since 1997. We have a family of 30 employees. And I remember Mr. Vinny Kalra. He was the first inspector we met, and we got so much support and a lot of help to improve our system and our sanitation, work. So we are really thankful and happy with all the help we are getting from the department. Thank you so much for the recognition.
With this, we finish the 4 awardees for the first category. We go to the second category. We have 1 awardee. It's for the Special Green Chemistry Award for Accurate Engineering. You have a representative here? Yes, great. Thank you, sir. And the certificate reads a little bit different because it is for outstanding success in the reduction or elimination of hazardous substances in the design, manufacture, and application of chemical products. You can say something.
Thank you. We appreciate all the help from city people. They really help us to rebuild our waste treatment system. And special thanks to Mr. Rodas, Mr. Vinny. They guide us how to build the proper system which can work. So we appreciate all the helps from sanitization department. Thank you very much.
And last but in no way the least is the third category, the category for Special LA Industry Award. It reads, for working collaboratively with the city to create business-friendly partnerships to achieve a cycle of sustainability practices that benefit our environment, economy, and community. And the awardee is Bright Plating. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Let's take a picture quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the board, thank you very much for this award. We really appreciate it. Our hearts are tickled. We've been in business in LA. Company started originally in 1940. I've been in metal finishing since 1969. We have 100 employees. We work with the city inspectors and LA City Fire Department and the CUPA. We always welcome the inspectors. most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, they've been very, very good to us. We've participated 2 times for LA Sanitation Earth Day, once at the Hyperion and once at Woodley Park. Met a lot of interesting people. We're very active in promoting safety and health and clean water to everybody. And we're really, really happy to be working in LA with all of you, and getting this reward is great. But I do have one request. We're in Boyle Heights, considered a disadvantaged area by many, and widely guarded. We have no street lights because the homeless people steal the wiring. Can we please find a way to lock the wiring into the street lights so people can't take it? And worse yet, how can they scrap city wire and get paid money and we'd be without lights and safety? That's very disturbing to me, and I really like to have help. And I really appreciate the award. Patel, would you like to say something? Patel's my partner of 80 years.
Thank you very much for the award. But I want to say that one hand cannot be clapping. This award goes to my team. And the team is chemist also, and supporting guy also too, and all other people who are working with us also too, and all our maintenance people and everybody. So all the equipment supposed to properly work, and a result can be come out always good. Beside that, I can thanks all the city of LA, that sanitation department, the inspector, Mr. Miguel, and they are always with us, very positively approach. And this is the best thing, to do something right at the time. All the upper position people support to be work positively, not negatively. They are not the policemen. They have to work as a positive approach, and that city, they are working for us very positively, and that way we getting more and more better result we are getting also too. Same that our president, Mr. Alan Oleg, he's always behind public health. So all the time he behind how to improve our thing, so we can make the everything nice. So on the earth, on the atmosphere, on the city, sewer, water, everything supposed to be in proper. Water we have to spend, and we have to priority number 1 first, the public health, and the second, our production. So that is we are very grateful for that also too, and our whole team always positively work with us, and so we are getting more success on our product. Thank you everybody. Thank you everything.
Thank you.
With this, we finish the presentation. The only thing I would like to add is that as a city, we are heavily involved in environmental justice, trying to give every community the benefits equally. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Drury and Mr. Simpson, for bringing this very special presentation to the board. We, as commissioners, this is definitely something that we always want to make sure we recognize and highlight. Being partners in improving the quality of the water for the city is absolutely an important part of what we do, if not the most important part that we do. So thank you very much for being here. I'm going to pass it over to my colleagues to give a couple of remarks, and then before anybody leaves, including you, Mr. Ingram, if we can just take pictures out right here in the back. We'll take group pictures in a bit, and then we'll let you all go home and celebrate back to your offices with your teams. And it's a really nice time to celebrate, so please make sure that you do take your time to celebrate and highlight all those that have made you also successful back in your offices. So I just want to say that it's a day of celebration for you, and definitely our 6 recognees this morning. I'm going to pass this over now to Commissioner Corson. Then it'll be Dr. Davis, VP Villegas, and myself. And then Commissioner Reyes, you'll be the last one to close us up on this special ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations to all the honorees, and a special thank you to the Bureau of Sanitation for restarting this. This is wonderful. I really enjoyed hearing your stories, and also it's a diverse group, regionally, ethnically, business-wise, and your commitment not just to being good business operators, but being good neighbors should definitely be commended. Thank you for everything you've done to invest in your communities and keep it LA beautiful in a way. So thank you.
I'd like to thank Michael Simpson, our principal engineer in the Bureau of Sanitation, for the leadership in making sure that we recognize those of you who have done an outstanding job, not only into compliance, but in terms of pollution prevention measures that you have been involved in. And so we're proud of what you have done for each of you: Burbank Plating Services, California Medical Processing, Electromatic Incorporation, Pacific Plating, Accurate Engineering, and Bright Plating as well. Each of you are to be commended, and we are proud of the work you do, and the service that you provide us does not go unnoticed. And so that is why I'm so pleased that Michael Simpson has taken the leadership to make sure that we bring you before the Governing Board of Public Works to let you know how significant the service that you provide is to this region, but more importantly, how we appreciate the service that you do provide to the great city of Los Angeles. Thank you so very much.
And thank you, Pro Tem Davis, for those kind words. I too want to chime in and also congratulate those businesses doing exceptional work for the city of Los Angeles and for continuing to endure with us. I know that sometimes we go through ups and downs at the city of Los Angeles, just internal stuff that happens. But my point here is that we enjoy the relationship that we have with each and every one of your businesses. As my other colleagues have said, you help keep us in compliance. This is a niche specialty that you all offer. And the fact that you are able to do that work for the city and keep us in compliance is a tremendous asset, for us. I'm usually seeing metal refinishing companies in another capacity, and so it's good that we are able to partner with you all on this process and for so long as well. So congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you. Oh, and for Bright Plating, thank you for your comment on the streetlights. We noted.
Thank you, Commissioner. Before we close, I also just want to extend my last congratulations and thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for working with the city, and thank you for keeping us safe and clean. It is everyone that inputs and becomes a partner in this to us is a help. We, the city, can't do it all by ourselves. So the partnerships that we have with each and one of you are very important to us. So thank you. Thank you for keeping up the good work, and thank you for really being a partner with the city. And Michael and Mr. Lewis, you have really good managers and leaders there that are overseeing this project. And I just want to say thank you to you both for caring so much. And it's an important aspect that we do here. So thank you, all of you sanitation folks that work with this industrial water treatment. Congratulations on the work that you do. We'll pass it over to Commissioner Reyes to close us up on today's ceremony.
Thank you so much to my colleagues for the well wishes. Thank you to our LA sanitation team led by Michael Simpson. Your work is very important. It's my honor today to recognize and celebrate the importance of preventing pollution and protecting public health through sustainable and environmental business practices. In particular, I want to acknowledge the outstanding efforts of 6 businesses that have demonstrated exceptional compliance with industrial waste pretreatment standards. Pollution is a grave concern that affects us all. It not only harms our environment, but also poses a significant threat to public health. The consequences of pollution are far-reaching, impacting our air, our water, and land, and ultimately affecting the well-being of every living being on this planet. And compliance with the regulations, no matter how many they are, is really difficult to enforce, just as our sanitation department and our city attorney. So amidst this challenge, there are businesses that have risen above the norm and have become beacons of hope. Those are our 6 businesses today in front of us that we are recognizing. You have demonstrated your commitment to minimizing the release of harmful pollutants into our ecosystems. You have implemented effective waste management system, invested, in advanced technologies, and adopted those innovative strategies to reduce the environmental footprint of your businesses. Your dedication to these sustainable practices not only protects our environment, but also safeguards our public. And by preventing pollution at its source, how you do your own business, the products, the output, you are then ensuring that our air remains clean, our water remains pure, and our land remains protected. You are contributing to the well-being of your community and the communities nearby, and that of future generations. That's a huge responsibility, and you're taking that on with gusto, and we applaud that effort. So today, for your outstanding compliance, we recognize you, we recognize your commitment, we laud your efforts, you inspire us all to strive for a cleaner, greener, and healthier future. I appreciate all of you and thank you for your commitment and dedication, and especially for your participation in the economy of the city of Los Angeles as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. This concludes our recognition presentation for this morning. We will take 5-minute break to take pictures, so we'll take pictures in the back, and then you are all more than welcome to walk around City Hall, go upstairs if you want to have a really nice view up there, or take pictures even the City Hall steps. It is your home, and definitely you are part of our Public Works family as well. So with that, I conclude today's very special ceremony, and I look forward to having many more. Yeah, in the back. For those joining us in the social platform, it will take a 5-minute break. Thank you. Sorry?
We have a reception prepared.
Oh, you have a reception? Yeah. I won't say that publicly then.
Oh. Yeah, we're gonna be doing work.
you doing, Adina?
No, then we can, Michael.
Okay, Norman, when you're ready.
Good morning, President Garcia. You're now in record mode.
Thank you very much. Can you reestablish quorum?
Great. I will reestablish quorum now. Present, we have President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, Commissioner Corzan, Commissioner Pro Tem Davis, and Commissioner Reyes. We do have a quorum.
Thank you very much, Norman, for that. Colleagues, I'm going to go a little bit off the chronological order, and I'm going to take item number 5, which is an administrative item. And I believe we have a speaker card for that, and that's somebody that starts with the letter A.
Attendee with the letter A, you are now up for public comment. Attendee with the first letter A. I see nobody.
Public comment for item number 5 is now officially closed. This is no speaker on this one, correct? No one's here for item number 5. This is an all-council district. The mayor has approved and authorized the Board of Public Works on behalf of the Bureau of Street Lighting to execute the proposed amendment to the supplemental agreement with NBS Government Finance Group Incorporated. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item? Thank you, Dr. Davis. Norman, there's a first by me and a second by Dr. Davis to approve item number 5.
Thank you, President Garcia. We'll go ahead and tabulate the vote, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas,
Aye.
Commissioner Corzan,
Aye.
Commissioner Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and this item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Great, thank you very much. We're going to take item number 7. Now, this is, we do have a public comment card. Somebody starts with the letter F.
Good morning, attendee. If you are here with the first name with the letter F, please stand up to the podium. I see nobody.
Thank you. Public comment for item number 7 is now officially closed. And, sir, can you come up and do item number 7? The status update on major upcoming street improvement projects with the Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, President Garcia and Commissioners. This information is being provided to keep the public informed on the upcoming resurfacing projects and to minimize the impact on the community as well as delays. For additional information or concerns, you can contact our coordinating section for the Street Renewal Division. There are no major projects scheduled in the Metro or Valley regions during the week of October the 1st to October the 7th, 23. However, we'll provide a update on our 23-24 pavement preservation program. During the week of October the 1st through October the 7th, 2023, the Valley and Metro regions will complete 19 projects for a total of 9.64 lane miles. The press releases were distributed and notifications have been issued. Streets LA has coordinated with the council offices to assist with the outreach to the stakeholders. We have coordinated with the Los Angeles Department of Transportation for traffic control assistance. The information is also available on the Streets LA website. And this concludes my report for the day.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a good rest of the weekend. Before I say that, any questions for the Bureau of Street Services? Given none, Thank you so much, sir. Have a good weekend.
Same to you.
Okay, colleagues, I'm going to move us to item number 2. This is we do have a public comment card for that. Somebody with the letter A. Starts with the letter A.
Attendee with the first name with the letter beginning with A, please step up to the podium. I see nobody, President Garcia.
Public comment for item number 2 is now officially closed. This is a request in Council District 15, a change order, and request is from the Bureau of Engineering. Change order number 5, PCL Construction, Inc., Terminal Island Water Reclamation Treatment Plant digester insulation replacement, recommending the board to, 1, authorize the city engineer to issue change order number 5 for the CIP 5245 Terminal Island Water Reclamation Treatment Plant digester insulation replacement project to modify the means and methods to perform asbestos removal work. And this morning we have Mr. Cobb here. Good morning, sir. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you too. David Kopp, Bureau of Engineering, Environmental Engineering Division. This is associated with the project that's currently in construction at the Terminal Island Water Reclamation Plant. We're replacing the existing insulation and exterior cladding of the 4 biosolids digesters, implementing improvements to the plant's solid handling process, as well as improving worker access to these areas that are, several stories high, and updating the facility lighting to make sure that there's safe, visible work areas for the facility. The contract was awarded, the construction contract, to PCL Construction Incorporated on April 6, 2022, in the amount of $24,335,700, with an authorized contingency of $1.2 million for a total approved budget of $25,552,485. I'm happy to report the work's progressing smoothly. We've recently turned over one of the 4 digesters that's been fully rehabilitated and has been operating without incident ever since. Associated with the authority request that we ask of your board, as part of PCL's original bid for a lot of this work, as I mentioned, is at heights 2 to 3 stories high, and of course requires the use of access equipment for the workers to progress the work safely. The contract originally anticipated to use scaffolding as part of their bid. However, as we progress through construction, they proposed the idea of using articulating boom equipment and scissor lifts, which are more mobile and provide much more flexible access. We can do the work more efficiently, and this also results in a cost savings to the project. And so as the city team has agreed at this point and tentatively agreed to this proposed savings, the estimated amount of these savings is significant, $293,575. And while this is a credit, it is a credit above the $150,000 city engineer authority. So it's not just for additive costs, but also for deductive. And so I'm before your board to request the authorization to issue this change order, which will result in significant savings to the project as well as the city. And that concludes my report. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you so much for bringing this forward. Any questions, colleagues? Any objections? Hearing none, is there a motion on the table to approve and move forward item number 2?
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Norman, there's a first by Commissioner Reyes and a second by Vice President Villegas to move item number 2 forward and forthwith.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and tabulate the vote, beginning with you, President Garcia,
Aye.
Vice President Villegas,
Aye.
Commissioner Corzine,
Aye.
Commissioner Pro Tem Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
This item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Great, thank you very much. Mr. Kopp, don't go anywhere. I'm going to take your other item, which is item number 4. Right, that's you.
Sure,
too?
thank you.
Okay. We do have speaker card for item number 4. Somebody who starts with the letter A.
Attendee with the first name beginning with the letter A, if you would like to step to the podium, please. I see nobody, President Garcia.
Thank you. Public comment for item number 4 is now officially closed. This is a request from the Bureau of Engineering and the Bureau of Sanitation in Council District 6. for a sole source procurement, Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant Primary Treatment Upgrades Capital Improvement Projects X 6122. Recommending the board to, one, authorize the city engineer to sole source the procurement of the following equipment for an amount not to exceed $671,000. Rotor Electric, I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. Rotor Electric Accutators for an amount not to exceed of $331,000, and Sanitaire Stainless Steel Removal Heater Aeration Systems. That's a mouthful right there. Coarse Bubble Diffuser with portable hoist for an amount not to exceed $340,000. And two, authorize the city engineer to negotiate the price agreement with Rotork Controls Inc. and Sanitaire for the above referenced accutators and aeration system, which will be procured and installed by the general contractor awarded the construction contract. And Mr. Kopp is here again. Please tell us what you are doing.
Thank you. So this authority request is for two sole source authorities up to a not to exceed a negotiated amount, which I'll describe. And this supports a current project that's in development. It's still in design, so has not come before your board for award just yet. We're in the stages of design where we've crossed over from our pre-design concept stage and now are building in the details of the project. So this is the appropriate time to determine exactly what equipment we would need to provide monetization and insert performance of the primary treatment system at the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant, or DCT for short. The primary treatment system at the DCT Water Reclamation Plant, similar to the other three water reclamation plants, is a physical process to remove solids from the wastewater stream early in the process before our secondary and other stages of the water reclamation process. It's a very critical area of the facility. There's redundancy built in to handle peak flows, for example, during wet weather events, things of that nature. So this is a very large area of the plant. There are two primary battery treatment areas, each consisting of 9 tanks. There is also a equalization chamber of comparable size to the primary, one of the primary batteries, also 9 tanks, for a total of 27 tanks and an ultimate capacity of 80 million gallons a day. So very significant. Within each of these 27 tanks is a 20-inch diameter flow control valve. So for a total of 27 of these valves that are part of the project. And attached with these, and to provide reliable service and remote operation to allow the plant to quickly respond to any variations in the process or incoming flows, have what are called actuators. And currently at the Donald C. Tillman plant, there are over 400 of these actuators that are manufactured by Rotork. And to put it shortly, there's a proven track record of using these actuators at the water reclamation plants. And in order to implement the design improvements that are envisioned as part of the project, we would like to implement the replacement of the existing Rotork actuators with new Rotork actuators. And this will accomplish several things. Aside from the vendors providing competitive prices, they have local vendor reps that are available to respond on short order in case there are any issues with these actuators or the other actuators at the DCT Water Reclamation Plant. This also provides for continued standardization, consistency, and uniformity of the operation and maintenance program at the DCT Water Reclamation Plant, which would include the training currently in place and any training needed in the future for the Rotork program of actuators at the plant and other equipment, and allows for uniformity in spare parts in the inventory, current and future, at the plant. And since the original ones are installed, it's been a reliable service proven over their anticipated lives. And so we want to include this as part of this project. As I mentioned, this facility is very critical. We would like to go in there, do our work, and make sure it works for the decades to come without further disruption for these planned improvements over the years. The second component of this authority request is for the aeration system. And so in addition to these flow control valves that vary the flows that react to the performance requirements of the plant and the incoming flows, there's an aeration system in the influent channel upstream of these tanks. And what that does is it makes sure that the wastewater stream remains agitated and solids don't accumulate in the corners and areas of that channel that would otherwise put the plant at operational risk or reduce the capacity of this treatment process, which currently is at 80 million gallons a day. The current system in place has been in service for about 20 years. It's made by Sanitaire, and again, they have also had a proven track record, and we've engaged that vendor to provide and propose a system that would not only be competitive with other vendors in their pricing and performance, but also ensure another phase of continued reliable service. Their own design is resilient in areas like ours that are seismically active, so they're able to build within our stringent building codes. And again, they've had proven application in other areas in the industry, and we've verified that through long-term operational test data of our own, other agencies, and the performance of related pilot tests. In summary, the authority request to negotiate with Rotork for these 27 actuators is for a not to exceed amount of $331,000. The associated aeration system made by Sanitaire, we're requesting an authority request not to exceed $340,000, I'm sorry, for a total combined authority request of $671,000. And to summarize further, both of these sole source requests are supported by a proven track record. They ensure the goals of the project to modernize the primary treatment process, minimize variation in the O&M program of the DCT plant, including training for the plant staff. And that concludes my staff report. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cobb, for that report as well. Any questions, colleagues? Vice President Villegas and then Dr. Davis.
Thank you. Thanks for your report. It was thorough. I appreciate it. Just questions, just regarding the sole source. I see that you're using Rotork, who's done actuators for us in the past, at this facility, and also Sanitaire, just with their aeration system that's also been with us for some time. Prior to your justification on the sole source, was there any research done on other firms that could possibly do this work?
As I understand it, during the design phase, we do an alternative analysis of different vendors, and we do weigh in the value of allowing other vendors to solicit bids, but we also have to balance that with what the O&M goals for the plant are, the ability to have local vendor reps. Not a lot of these companies have local vendor reps. They may have regional or somewhere in the country, but would not be able to respond in a time frame that may be needed in an operational scenario. So those are certainly considered, and we try to be as available as possible for other vendors to provide quotes, but in this case, weighing in the benefits of having a uniform vendor rep for these pieces of equipment and the readiness of parts. To further add, over the last couple of years, we've had supply chain issues, especially in the construction wastewater industry. One thing I can say is that Rotork has not been a part of that. As I understand, they've been able to provide parts on short order in a reasonable time frame. And that's something that can be very hard to verify with other vendors that may not have local vendor representation.
All right, thank you for that. I just need to put it on for public record. And then our city attorney was fine with the justification. I mean, I'm sure that there are other firms that could, do this. I see that the actuator is a part. There's plenty of other firms that can, do it. I understand your consistency aspect, and then just the potential risk if we don't have that equipment, in the future readily available. But it just, for transparency purposes, I just wanted to have the city attorney just chime in. I understand that that's a, sole source is a bigger issue.
pardon me, Dina Hopenstand, City Attorney. I think that the finding or determination of adequacy of supporting the sole source is actually for this board. However, based on what I hear today in the presentation as well as the board report, most notable to me is the uniformity of spare parts, current and future, by using vendors of parts that are currently in existence, that are specialized for this wastewater activity. And additionally, the continued standardization of operation and maintenance, including training, again, with these sort of specialized parts. Those are two of the factors that stood out to me specifically as providing substantial sole source justification here, although you've heard more than just that, and it's both in the written record and it was in the verbal presentation. So from a city attorney perspective, I feel comfortable with what has been presented to this board, but ultimately really is this board's ability, duty, and power to make the determination if the sole source justification is
Thank
substantial
you.
enough.
Yeah, thank you. I also wrote training in my notes as well. And you did talk about training. And thank you to our city attorney for that, just so that we have that again on for public record and for anybody who's listening in. But on a second point, I did write training on here, and you did touch on that. If you could just elaborate just a little bit more in terms of these consultants who come in and how do they pass on that knowledge to our staff who are then left, with equipment. And obviously it's probably less training because they may be used to it already, considering I think we have Sanitaire who's already been with us for over 20 years.
Correct. I think I have a good two-part answer to that. A lot of vendor reps, when, let's say, a new technology is developed, there is an outreach program. For example, for the Environmental Engineering Division, we have something called Lunch and Learn, where vendors reach out. I just had a vendor reach out to me a couple days ago, and we give them the opportunity to come to our division, and we ask staff to bring a brown bag lunch, for example, and the vendors can bring their presentation and present not only to the Environmental Engineering Division, who do the design and construction management for a project, but also our partners with LA Sanitation. We invite them. We were co-located in the same building at Hyperion, for example. We'll invite them in and allow these vendors to outreach and demonstrate their use of certain products in the industry. Actuators are one of them. So we do have vendors of pumps, actuators, a lot of varied wastewater equipment to allow them to share with us. And in turn, we're transparent in terms of what our capital improvement program is over the course of several years. Vendors can reach out to us to ask when these projects may go out on the street to bid and when they may have the opportunity to partner with other subcontractors and contractors to provide quotes. In the case of this, to have one vendor for critical facilities valve actuators, you only have to worry about one person to call. You may have the training materials already on site. And as our department has experienced over the last few years after the pandemic, there's been some turnover. And so being able to get people up to speed and trained as soon as possible to hedge against further turnover and make sure that we can keep operating as a department soundly. Having that training on file with staff that have been trained allows them to get up to speed a lot sooner. That documentation perhaps already exists, or the vendor is familiar with the plant and can schedule a time to come out on short order due to being locally available.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And, I'll say this also just for public record. It's not just showing them, having them come to our facility, but it's like transfer of knowledge, because our employees are the ones who are going to be there day in and day out. And for companies such as Sanitaire and Rotec, I understand that they've been with us for some time now, but just understanding our operations is critical, and I'm sure that they understand that because they've been with us for so long. Thank you.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Dr. Davis?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, what is the anticipated duration of time that we expect for the completion of the project?
So currently the project's in design. Typically a project of this nature could take 2 to 3 years to fully design and put out on the street, followed by that 6 to 9 months of procurement and bringing on board the contractor. If I were to scale it from other projects of similar nature, probably a 3-year construction duration. So at this stage in the project, I think we had just crossed the 90% design milestone, for example. So I would anticipate to be in the midpoint of construction within the next 2.5 to 3 years would be my guess based on the information I have right now.
Okay. And how much time do we save in the selection or the decision of sole proprietor in the process in which we've implemented here? Do we save time in terms of the overall scheme of what it takes to complete such a project?
Certainly. And we anticipate the time at which we go before your board for these authorizations and when they will actually be doing the work. We're aware that between now and then there may be fluctuations in price. So we do work with them to, for example, provide guarantees. We do include any expected costs of escalation or things of that nature. The quantities of what we're asking for should remain unchanged. And so that cost basis is accurate based on our current design and what we expect over the next few years. Once these vendors are sole sourced, our contract bakes in the quotations that we've been provided, the performance requirements of those actuators, and are very clear to prospective bidders, whether it's one bidder or 10 bidders, they are to use this company as part of the construction contract. And by the time your board would award a contract such as this, you would see in the schedule work and prices exclusive sole source bid items with these very same amounts that are approved by your board. For the city to engage with these vendors to make sure their prices are still good and they're still meeting the performance requirements that we worked out with them specifically in the early stages of the project before being awarded to a general contractor.
So you're saying that we should realize not only an efficiency in terms of the time and duration of the completion of the project, but also in the cost.
Yes, correct. So in parallel with us developing the design, we want to make sure that it's not sequential. Once we get the authority to advertise, then we don't go and get sole source authority. We have the ability and the authority to run both in parallel and save some time so we can deliver this project sooner than later.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you, Dr. Davis and Mr. Kopp for answering that question. Any other questions, colleagues? Any comments, concerns? Hearing none. Is there a motion on the table to move item number 4 forward and forthwith? Thank you, Dr. Davis. Is there a second? Thank you, VP Villegas. Norman, there's a first by Dr. Davis and a second by Vice President Villegas to move item number 4 forward and forthwith.
Thank you, President Garcia. I'll go ahead and tabulate the vote, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas. Commissioner Corzine.
Aye.
Commissioner Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes. This item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kopp. Thank you so much this morning on your 2 items, and you're free to go now.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, colleagues, moving on to item number 3. This is a request from the Bureau of Street Service in Council Districts 2 and 6. Before I get there, we do have to call for a public speaker. Someone with the letter that starts with A.
Meeting attendee with the first name beginning with the letter A. If you would like to make public comment, please step to the podium. I see nobody, President Garcia.
Great. Public comments for item number 3 is now officially closed. And we have a budget increase, revised construction budgets for the San Fernando Road Bike Pathway Phase 3 project. And here this morning, we have Mr. Brian Ann is recommending for the board to authorize $1 million in additional contingency and approve a revised construction budget of $23,076,800 for the San Fernando Road Bike Path Phase 3 project. Mr. Brian Ann, good morning, sir, and welcome.
Good morning. My name is Brian Ann. I'm with Bureau of Street Services. I'm also here joined by Principal Transportation Engineer from Department of Transportation, Crystal Killian.
Good morning. I'm Crystal Killian.
For this report, we are requesting approval of $1 million in additional contingency and approve a revised construction budget of $23,076,800 for the San Fernando Road Bike Path Phase 3 project. Just to give you a little background about the project, this project is located in the Sun Valley area of City of LA and provides provide a construction of a Class 1 bike path from Brantford Street to Cohasset Street, which is approximately 4.1 miles within the Metrolink's railroad right-of-way, adjacent to San Fernando Road. This project includes a paved 12-feet street Class 1 bike path, fencing, lighting, a railing, striping signage, access ramp driveways, landscaping, retaining walls, and also traffic signal improvements. The project is currently 97% complete and was scheduled to be completed in March of 2023. However, construction activities are now anticipated to extend into December of this year. On August 12, 2019, the board awarded a contract to Solly Miller Contracting Company in the amount of $18,388,000 with a contingency amount of $1,838,800 for a total approved construction budget of $20,226,800. Previously, board has approved total contingency amount of $1.85 million to comply with Metrolink's requirements for the additional railroads flagger services. The project has been impacted by delays from availability of construction materials and also numerous unforeseen conditions related to utilities, regrading of the bike path, and retaining wall construction. Additionally, during construction, Metrolink imposed design changes to approved project plans, which impacted railroad crossings and retaining walls throughout the project, resulting in substantial additional project scope and significant delays. The requested additional contingency for this report totals $1 million, which includes the reference preliminary change orders numbered 77, 81, 82, and 83, contingency to address the change order request for the retaining wall construction, estimated at $555,000, and cost for flagging services for remaining duration of construction, estimated at $300,000. And also, I'd like to let the board know that the city is also currently working on the redesign of two of the rail crossings at Penrose Streets and Sheldon Streets, due to Metrolink's request to revise handrail layout and pedestrian arm gate locations, which will result in additional concrete work, which was not included as part of this contingency. We may be coming back to the board for additional contingency to address modification work at these two railroad crossings. That concludes my briefing. Please let me know if there are any questions.
Thank you so much. I wanted to insert my comment and said, I hope not. Hope this is the last of all these additional duties we have to pay for now. But given the fact that we can't move forward until we do this, I completely understand why we're here. So with that, I'm going to ask my colleagues if they have any questions or comments on item number 3. Dr. Davis?
I wanted to know, in terms of the, what is the overall cost now? Is it some 24 million?
Right now, as of right now, which is included in the board report, we have issued 70 fully executed change orders, and which was in the amount of 3.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
So based upon that, we're now at 20, close to 22 million.
Mm-hmm.
After all the executed change orders and expanding the change orders. I can provide an exact figure.
So
if
it's
you
not
want.
24, it's 22 million that we will invest in this project?
Yes.
I thought I said 20, I thought it was 24. Well, nevertheless, in terms of the miles of, it's a bike path, right?
Yes.
How many miles is it?
It's 4.1 miles.
How many?
4.1 miles.
Oh, 4.1 miles.
But I believe it then creates a bike path that's over 12 miles in length with the other San Fernando phases.
It interfaces with other paths in the
Paths that are already in operation, and I believe it creates a system that's over 12 miles long.
But for this construction, it's a 4.1 miles construction of a Class 1 bike path, which
Okay,
is from
wonderful.
Cohasset to Brantford
So
Street.
that'll be probably our most comprehensive bike path in the city, correct?
Yes, it will be.
Most expensive, probably.
Well, I know, I can see it's the most expensive, but I'm trying to figure out, what did we pay for? So it's also the most comprehensive, isn't it? I mean, the largest that we have in the city that you know of, or that I've heard of.
I'm not sure because the LA River Bike Path is also a very large facility.
Oh, it's much longer.
As well as the Expo Bike Path.
Okay, yes, okay. Good. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Any other questions? VP Villegas?
No questions. Just thank you for bringing this forward, and thank you to our partner at Department of Transportation also for being a good partner and helping us, fund this important leg of the bike path that makes a connection to the LA River. Thank you.
Thank you. We are committed to getting this path open and construct it.
Thank you so much. Do you mind giving us, for the record, your name and title at DOT there?
I'm Crystal Killian. I'm a principal transportation engineer with the Department of Transportation.
Very nice. Thank you. We're always very happy to partner with DOT at any time. Okay, colleagues, hearing no comments, any objections? Hearing none. Is there a motion on the table to move item number 3 forward and forthwith? Thank you, VP Villegas. Is there a second? I second. Commissioner Reyes, I'm going to take Commissioner Reyes. Norman, there's a first by VP Villegas and a second by Commissioner Reyes to move item number 3 forward and forthwith.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and tabulate the vote, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
Commissioner Corzine.
Aye.
Commissioner Pro Tem Davis. Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes. This item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck, you guys. Moving backwards to item number 1. This is a request from the Bureau of Sanitation in all council districts for a recognition Los Angeles Industry Pollution Prevention Award. Before I do that, we do have a public speaker card. Someone with the letter that starts A, with an A.
Meeting attendee with the first name beginning with the letter A. If you would like to make public comment, please step to the podium. Seeing nobody, President Garcia.
Great. Public comment for item number 1 is now officially closed. This is a recognition for the Los Angeles Industry Pollution Prevention Award, recommending the board to 1, approve this report and present plaques of recognition to facilities identified by the Bureau of Sanitation's Industrial Waste Management Division for having outstanding compliance and pollution prevention measures in reference to industrial wastewater pre-treatment and discharge standards. And Mr. Simpson, you had a lovely ceremony this morning. Please tell us our item right now.
Good afternoon, Madam President and board members. This item here was here today to celebrate our IUs who have operated 4 years in compliance with our sewer use ordinance defined in 6430 of the Administrative Code. We're very proud to bring them to the board today. Often we always bring the bad actors every year, so we want to somehow give a chance for the good actors to come. These companies have supported us in outreach events, which makes us one of the #1 pre-treatment programs in the United States. We do push the circular economy opportunities with the companies, and we also help them stay in compliance. And as you know, we have the 2035 goal. My byline, I tell everybody, you're not going to get there without us. Without us, I mean our division, doing our upstream activities to make sure we can pre-treat it downstream. Our sewer plants are only built for domestic waste, so we put the industrial chemicals in there. It kind of changes the treatment process, could shut them down. So our engineers and our inspectors do a good job using a permit system to control what's put into our sewer system. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So you want us to just approve, basically we approve the plaques and this recognition moving forward, correct?
That's correct.
Perfect. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, is there a motion on the table to move item number 1 forward and forthwith? I heartily move. Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. Is there a second?
Second.
I'll take Commissioner Corson. Norman, there's a first by Commissioner Reyes and a second by Commissioner Corson to move item number 1 forward and forthwith and adopt it.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and tabulate the vote, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas. Commissioner Corzine.
Aye.
Commissioner Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Reyes. All ayes. This item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Simpson. Thank you so much. And to the rest of your team, thank you very much for doing that presentation, being with the folks, being here. And now if you want to go back and celebrate, please do so. We just needed to close this item. Thank you. All right, colleagues, that seems to be the end of our voting items, correct, Norman?
Correct, President Garcia.
Great. We have our last oral report, which is item number 6, contracts expiring within 90 days, all bureaus. And we do have a speaker card with a person that starts with the letter A.
Meeting attendee with first name with the first letter beginning with A. If you would like to make public comment, please step up to the podium. I see nobody, President Garcia.
Great. Public comment for item number 6 is now officially closed. This is contract expiring within 90 days, all bureaus. And I know we have Bureau of Engineering here, Jonathan Carroll. We have sanitation as well? Sanitation? No, your street services, right? Your sanitation? Okay. So we're going to go Bureau of Engineering, Bureau of Street Services, and then we'll end with Bureau of Sanitation. Okay, sir. Go ahead. Mr. Carroll, good to see you, sir.
Likewise. Good morning. Jonathan Carroll, Bureau of Engineering. This is a status report for the personal services contracts due to expire within 90 days of September 1st, 2023. Pre-qualified on-call landscape architectural consultants. All these contracts are going to be archived upon expiration. We've got 11 contracts. Withers and Sandgren, Trawler Meyer Associates, RRM Design Group, Nuvis, RJM Design Group, MLA Green Incorporated, AECom Technical Services, David Vols Design, David Evans and Associates, MIG, formerly known as AHBE Landscape, Northeast Trees. Those were the 11 for the PQOC list. We have another one for project management consultant support services for the Los Angeles Street Civic Building, P3. That's for Arup Advisory Incorporated. We have another one for Silver Lake Reservoir Complex Master Plan Design Services. That's for Hargreaves Jones Landscape Architecture Incorporated. And then our final one is for 6th Street Viaduct Design Services during construction. It's for HNTB Corporation. And that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions for the Bureau of Engineering?
Just a quick
VP Villegas?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that report, Mr. Carroll. The 11 contractors on landscape architectural consultants, we are doing a new list, correct?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are we doing a new list?
I believe so.
Okay,
I can get back to you if that's
okay,
different.
that's fine. Thank you. I didn't know I'm not sure if these 11 firms are a part of our new list, our new as-needed list, either for like landscape architecture. I'm not sure. I mean, I can check too, but I just thought I'd ask. Let me know if you find it out quickly. If not, don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, VP Villegas. Any other questions? Dr. Davis?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you very much, Bureau of Engineering. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of the day.
Likewise, thank you.
All right, we'll go with Ms. Inez from the Bureau of Street Services. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Martha Iñiguez, representing the Bureau of Street Services. Streets LA currently has 10 contracts that will be expiring within the next 3
Ms.
months.
Inez, can you raise it up a little? Perfect.
Okay. We have 10 contracts that will be expiring within the next 3 months. The first contract listed on the report is for hazardous waste, which is due to expire November 1st. We will be piggybacking off of sanitation's RFP process and are currently drafting a contract with Clean Harbors. The next 4 contracts are for the landscape maintenance of Median Islands, which are due to expire on October 5th. The bids are currently being reviewed by the Bureau of Contract Administration. However, due to the approaching expiration date, we are also drafting amendments to the current contracts to extend the terms for 3 months. This would provide us with sufficient time to have the new contracts finalized. Finally, we have 5 disposal contracts that are due to expire at the end of this year. We will be exercising the final 1-year renewal option prior to the expiration date. That concludes my report. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you very much, Ms. Iniguez. Any questions from the Bureau of Street Services?
I have.
Vice President Villegas?
Thank you. Thank you for the report, and thank you for all the bureaus that submitted the attachments or the paperwork. It's easy to follow what you're reading, what you're saying also. So thank you for that. The disposal contracts that are going to be expiring, you said you'll be extending those for 1 year. That's part of the original agreement, correct? With
That is
the
correct.
1 year option?
Yes, it had 2 one-year options,
Okay.
and we are going to go ahead and exercise the final 1-year option.
Okay, okay. All right. And then will this be getting, after that final extension, will the Bureau be doing a new list?
Yes, we'll be drafting a new RFP.
Okay, okay. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. That's helpful to know all of that, Vice President Villegas. Thank you for your answers on that. Any other questions, comments, or concerns for the Bureau of Street Services? Hearing none, seeing none. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of the day. Appreciate your report.
You too. Have a good day.
Great. You too. Thank you. Okay. Last, Norman, we didn't have street lighting nor Bureau of Contract Administration.
No, we don't at the moment.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll end today with Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning. Good morning, President Garcia. Here we go. Commissioner Villegas, Commissioner Davis, Commissioner Reyes, and Commissioner Corsan. Hello, I'm David Santos of LA Sanitation Centralized Contracts Unit at its Administration Division. Here to give the monthly report for September 2023. Over the next 120 days, we have 3 contracts expiring. The first one, Southern California Disposal Company, CU 123215, expires on October 30, 2023, and that is to provide transfer, transport, and disposal services of municipal solid waste generated in the West Los Angeles waste shed and collected by the city to city designated facilities. So LA Sanitation is not renewing this sole source contract, but will be proposing to execute a new contract with the vendor for new terms and new rates. The board report is in progress and will be presented to the board within the next month. In the meantime, we are exercising the current contract's month-to-month renewal, which goes up to 6 months. The second contract is Clean Harbors Environmental Services, C121334. That expires November 1, 2023. And that is for the Residential Special Materials Management Program and routine and/or emergency response hazardous materials services. A new request for proposal was issued for these services, and a new contract was approved by the board, mayor, council, and executed. And the third contract, this one will be renewed. Golden Bell Products, C132625. That expires on January 7, 2024. Its scope is to provide sewer roach control and treatment. So LA Sanitation is amending this contract to extend services, allowing time to issue a new request for proposals. This amendment board report will be presented to the board in the next few months, so that is still being drafted. So with those 3, that concludes LA Sanitation's monthly report, and I'll be happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Santos, for your report. I have a question. Can you, so we're not going to renew the Clean Harbors contract? Is that what I heard?
Well, a new request for proposal was issued for those services to continue that. And it has been approved and executed and tested. So I could connect with that project manager, John Park, as to its progress, because he was, in fact, to make sure this is a continuous service that doesn't
Correct.
have any gaps. So I can get back to you if you need more information.
That was the root of my question. Are we going to have any gap in services or an interruption?
No, I believe not. That was the specific reason why this latest request for proposal, which was attested in July, was moved forward by John for that very reason. So I could touch base with him to confirm everything is still moving forward, and it'll be fluent.
Okay, very well. You could just send an email, that's fine. Thank you so much for that. Vice President Villegas?
Thank you. You learn a new thing every day.
Sorry?
I said you learn a new thing every day. I was curious about this sewer roach control and treatment. And indeed, I found that Golden Bell Products controls that. I was going to ask about, I didn't realize that we had that as to keep our sewers clean and roach-free.
Yes. I'm thankful for them especially.
Yeah. Thank you. That was more of a comment. Yeah.
Intrigued. I wonder, do roaches swim? I'm just trying to figure this out. I was trying to figure that out. How many do we have down there? I'm sure there's a whole group that does an assessment around that. All right. Any other questions, colleagues, as we end on a high note there? Given none. All right. Thank you, sir. Mr. Santos, nice having you here, and have a good rest of the week.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
No, let me say it right. Have a good rest of the day and a good weekend, sir.
I'll take that.
All right.
Have a good
Thank you. Thank you for your time this morning. Norman, have we cleared today's desk?
Yes, you have, President Garcia.
Great. Colleagues, it is 11:44 and this meeting is officially adjourned. We could have a small management meeting in contingency depending on the reception. If the reception is still happening, meeting is canceled. If our room is clear, then we'll have a short, quick update meeting. Other than that, everyone have a good rest of the weekend. Thank you, everyone.